Welcome to another deep dive. This time we're tackling Fight for the Dream, a true rock anthem.
Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah, it really gets you going. I mean, we're talking about resilience, we're talking about ambition, like that feeling you get when you hear that gritty, driving rock sound and you just want to take on the world, you know?
I know exactly what you mean.
It's Fight for the Dream in a nutshell, right? And that's exactly what we're going to unpack today. Like, how does this song use such vivid imagery, these powerful metaphors to make you feel that way, to really deliver this inspiring message, this message about the human spirit, you know?
Well, what I find so fascinating is how the song, it taps into something universal. I mean, think about it. An athlete or an artist, an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
anyone who's ever chased a dream, you'll find your own struggles in these lyrics. You'll find your own triumphs.
It's so true. You know, I was actually, I was reading this article the other day about the psychology of motivation.
Okay.
And it was talking about how music can trigger specific emotional responses in our brains. And, I think that's what Fight for the Dream does so well. It's not just telling you a story. It's making you feel the emotions of this fighter. Like you're right there in the ring with them.
Absolutely. And there's no easing into it either. The song just throws you right in.
Right into the action.
Right into the thick of it. You know those opening lines that just hit you? Woke up in the cold, the streets are tough. Life ain't easy, the world is rough.
Yeah.
Man, that paints a picture. Hardship, adversity, it's all right there.
It really does, like, bam, you're in the deep end, no warm-up.
Yeah, exactly.
But here's the thing. There's no defeat. There's no, like, oh, woe is me. No, it's straight to, but I keep swinging, won't back down.
Boom! That's resilience right there. That refusal to give up, that determination. When the odds are stacked against you, you just keep pushing forward. And you know what's interesting? It goes from that external struggle, those cold streets, and immediately connects it with this inner resolve.
So sure.
It's almost like the fighter is using those challenges, using that adversity to become stronger.
Yeah, it's like fuel for the fire. Obstacles equal strength.
Yeah.
And speaking of strength, that unwavering spirit, I mean, it explodes in the chorus. I'll fight for the dream. I'll rise through the pain. Blood, sweat, and tears. They fall like rain.
Man, that's powerful. Rising through the pain, the rain of effort, it never stops. This isn't just about, getting over something difficult. It's about this relentless pursuit of something bigger, a dream that's worth all the sweat, all those tears. Makes me think of Angela Duckworth and her work on grit.
Oh, yeah.
She talks about how grit is like a key ingredient for success. This ability to keep going when things get tough and never lose sight of the goal, the long game.
What gets me about that chorus is how it just captures this primal drive.
Yes.
To fight for what we believe in, to push ourselves beyond our limits. I think that's something we can all relate to. Even if our fights, they might not be in a boxing ring.
You're right. It's not about the literal fight. It's
that drive.
Yeah.
That inner fire.
Exactly. That belief in ourselves. And then, what's really interesting is how the song goes a step further and tackles doubt head on. And not just doubt from the outside world, but the doubt from within.
That's so true. And it's actually a perfect segue to what comes next. That whole idea of doubt really sets the stage for the next part of the song.
It really does. Verse 2 kicks off with this, in-your-face rejection of all that outside noise. They doubt me now, but they don't know I've got the hunger, I've got the glow. But then it gets deeper, like way more personal. It's like, boom. But it's the battle inside that fuels my fight.
Whoa.
That line, man, it's pure gold. Because it's not just about, overcoming those external obstacles.
Right.
It's about conquering those doubts and fears that we all have inside, the stuff that can really hold us back.
It's funny you say that. I was actually, while I was prepping for this, I came across this study.
Oh, yeah.
It was about how the thing that we tell ourselves, like self-talk, can impact performance.
Interesting.
And get this, athletes who focused on the positive stuff,
Okay.
like the fighter in the song, they actually perform better under pressure.
Yeah.
It's almost like believing in yourself actually makes you stronger.
It totally does. And it makes me think of Carol Dweck's work on growth mindset.
Ah, yes.
The idea that we can, develop our abilities, that they're not set in stone. It takes effort and learning from mistakes.
Yeah.
And this song, I mean, it's like the anthem for growth mindset.
Totally.
The fighter is not afraid to say, hey, I'm bruised, I'm tired. But they're not giving up, not for a second, but I'm still on my feet. That's resilience, man. Straight up refusing to be defeated.
Oh, I love that line. It's so real. You can just feel the vulnerability, but also this incredible strength.
Right.
It reminds me of that quote by Theodore Roosevelt
Right.
about the man in the arena.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The one who dares to actually get in there and fight, even though they might fail. It's not about avoiding failure. It's about having the guts to get back up.
Absolutely. And, that brings us right back to the chorus. It comes back even stronger after that moment of like raw honesty in the bridge.
Totally does.
It's like admitting the exhaustion, admitting the pain somehow gives the fighter even more power. That drive to fight for the dream, it just intensifies.
It's like by admitting they're tired, it fuels the fire even more. It's so powerful.
It is, right. And I think there's a lesson there for all of us.
Big time.
Sometimes admitting our weaknesses,
Yeah.
being real about those struggles, it can actually make us stronger, help us tap into this deeper well of resilience.
Yeah.
Find that inner strength to keep going when you feel like quitting. And what's interesting is the song doesn't end with some like big victory parade.
It doesn't.
Nope. It ends with the fight's not over, it's just begun.
That's interesting. Yeah. You're right. It's not the typical ending you'd expect from a folk song, is it?
Right.
Like reaching the finish line, the big celebration. But
It's
instead,
more about the journey. It's about embracing the whole process, the ups and the downs. Like, in the ring of life, I'll be the one. That's not just about one fight. It's about always striving. It's about being ready to face whatever comes your way. I love that.
it's like the song saying, look, the struggle is real, but so is your strength.
Yeah.
And that's pretty powerful stuff.
It is. It really is. We've all got that fighter inside us, that ability to bounce back, to be determined. And you know what I think is really cool? The song doesn't try to give you a simple answer
Right.
or tell you everything's going to be perfect. It's honest about how unpredictable things can be, but it celebrates the courage it takes to just go for it.
To step into the ring, yeah.
Exactly.
It's like it's giving you permission to, I don't know, to embrace the whole messy process.
Yeah, yeah, to accept that you're going to hit some bumps along the way.
Setbacks, challenges, it's all part of it, right?
It's all part of it. And that's such an important message, especially these days. I mean, everything's all about instant success and making it look easy.
Oh, totally.
But this song, it reminds you that real growth, it comes from pushing through those tough times, from learning and adapting as you go.
It's about those small wins along the way. Like when you dust yourself off after a fall and keep going, or those times when you choose to believe in yourself, even when that doubt creeps in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And, I think that's what makes this song so timeless. It speaks to something inside all of us, something human, that yearning for something more, that drive to make a difference, and the resilience to just keep going when things get rough.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Hmm.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with a question. What's your fight for the dream moment? What's that one dream, that one goal that you're willing to fight for no matter what?
Think about how you can tap into that fighter inside you, that unwavering spirit. How can it help you navigate those challenges and setbacks that come with chasing any dream worth having?
Because remember, the fight's not over. It's just begun. And you have the power to choose how you fight and ultimately how you define victory.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone. Keep those dreams alive and keep fighting for what you believe in.